I come bearing gifts for the club's most ravishing hostess and her wonderful guests. Drinks freshly mixed from the bar. Allow me to set these down for you all.
What a surprise. You are such a sweetheart, Roy. I was almost ready to fetch them myself. Thank you for getting our orders for me.
Oh, it is my absolute pleasure. After all, if you left to retrieve them yourself, who would entertain your tables in your stead? Some dastardly bunny might swoop in and steal them away.
Why would anyone do that? That sounds like so much work.
Dunno. Perhaps they find your guest to be oh so charming. Why would anyone willingly leave them alone just to get drinks? Oh, I would always stay at the table if all of you were my guests.
Roy, you absolute sneak. You can't steal my guest from me, no matter how cute you are.
Hey now. Let's not throw assumptions. Is it a crime to speak the truth? Especially to such cute guests like you all.
Ooh, you cheeky bun.
Oh, I thought you liked these cheeks, Milkie.
Oh my god. I do like those cheeks, make no mistake. I especially like when they're over my knee. Is that what you want, Roy?
In front of your guests, oh you minx. However, I must say no to your offer, Milkie. I have a guest waiting for me.
Ooh, is that who I think it is? Interesting. Very well, but don't think this is over, Roy. Go now, shoo. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, a toast to your group's successful project.
My apologies for the delay in greeting you, my friend. Welcome back to the Bunny Bounce Club. Yes, that must have been quite the spectacle to walk in and see immediately. Please, pay no mind to that for now. The lovely woman who had pinned me to the wall is another host I hope to introduce you to later. Oh, yes, she's far too busy right now with guests of her own. Meeting her might take a bit. Perhaps you'd like to have a seat first and relax a while. She may find a moment to say hello down the line. There we are. So, my friend, I must say you look absolutely stunning today. Flattering you? I can't just lie to you, you know. A keen eye always knows when someone dresses their best. Don't tell me you came dressed up so nicely just for me. Oh, you're absolutely sweet to me. Whatever did I do to deserve such a perfect guest like yourself? Too much? I can already see your face turning pink. Oh, I apologize. Would you like a refreshment in the meantime? I can happily get you some water, unless you're in the mood for something different.
Why, Roy, how heartless of you. Pushing the drink menu onto your favorite guests when they just arrived? What brazen behavior. Let them settle in first.
Milkie! What are you doing? I thought you had guests to entertain.
They decided to enjoy the dance floor for a bit. Their drinks gave them just enough of a boost to get up and enjoy the music. Now, forgive my interruption, dear guest. I have yet to meet you, though I'm pretty sure I know who you are thanks to your current bunny host. Oh, so you know how much he talks about you, my. I mean, if you're a fan of attention, I'm sure the entire club could provide that for you, not just Roy.
Huh. Well, I hate to disappoint you, Milkie, but I've already offered to help introduce my dear friend to as many hosts as I can in this club. At least to the ones I am assigned to work at the same time with.
Really now? And I assume you'd be so kind as to introduce them to me? I'm already here, so I might as well be the one you show off tonight. It's a pleasure to finally meet the person who is always on that bunny's mind. You may call me Milkie. All the cute ones do. Ooh, so polite.
Yes, yes. Milkie here is one of our most popular hostesses. The manager insisted on making sure that we had a wide range of hosts for guests to spend their time with. Because of that, we have quite a diverse band of hosts for every comfort needed.
We do indeed. And we all get along just swimmingly. Isn't that right, Roy? We would never try to one-up each other in front of our guests, right?
Milkie.
That little stunt you pulled was sly. You always hype up other hosts for their guests. Even Mary and I know you two love to tease each other as rivals. Why not me? Don't I deserve better?
Well, someone has to play the villain in your little show. Your guests adore when you take charge, so why not give you every opportunity to do just that?
And I thank you for being my cute villain. But I don't want to bully you every time you come around. It gets boring after a while. I can only make you go on your knees so many times before it becomes an expectation from my guests.
Huh? Oh, do I actually get on my knees? Oh, curious, are you?
Oh, are you telling me your special guest hasn't seen you in action? What do I mean? I mean, Roy here is one of the most active hosts here, and I do mean that quite literally. The manager books him the most time here.
That's because everyone else here does this irregularly. It's the main reason we have rotating hosts. Not everyone can work on a regular basis. Huh? We don't mind it. While we may not always be available for our guests, we absolutely entertain them the best we can when we are on the clock.
Still, it's rather surprising how your guest hasn't seen you really work your skills, Roy. I'm almost tempted to change that. Oh, would I like to sit with you both? My, aren't you cute? Well, if you're offering, I don't mind staying for a while for that.
Welcome to my table, Milkie. Huh? Oh, you'd like to order something? Well, allow me to bring out my ordering phone for you, my friend. The menu, of course, has been updated, so there are plenty of new drinks to try.
Oh, interested in my drinks? You are charming me more and more. There we are. For your drinking pleasure tonight, I offer Milky Temptation and the Earl Grey Dream, both deliciously delightful and made with me in mind by the club's bartenders. The Milky Temptation is a bourbon and root beer cocktail with vanilla extract over ice, topped with a cute cinnamon stick. The Earl Grey Dream, however, is more subtle. Earl Grey tea with honey vanilla syrup and milk, topped with only the best whipped cream we have in stock. Both of these drinks are easily the best drinks on the menu.
Milkie.
I said what I said. You'll get the Earl Grey Dream. Oh, wonderful. Roy, be a good bun, would you?
Already on it. Anything else? As usual, you're absolutely generous.
Huh? You're ordering me my drink? Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. I will admit, it's been a while since someone ordered me a drink. I know it's because my guests are considerate for my health, but sometimes a girl can get thirsty too, you know?
Oh, I understand completely. Luckily, the guests who come here don't make us drink ourselves under the table, but it is nice to get a drink once in a while. Oh, I apologize, my friend. That's not what I meant. We can get drinks from the bar at any time we want. Our contracts cover that.
What he means is that lovely balance between being a host and being a guest. When people come here, we entertain and spend time with them so they can escape from life, you know? Still, it's nice when they treat us a little in return. Not to a weird degree, mind you, but at least a drink or two.
Still, we appreciate you buying us drinks, my friend. I'll also get the temptation tonight. if that's all right. It feels like an appropriate choice. There we go. I'll make sure to retrieve our drinks when they're ready.
Aw, you sure you don't want me to get them instead? Payback for you doing so for my table earlier?
Oh, listen. While I love watching you walk away for a very specific reason, it's my duty to make sure my tables are served by me. So I'll happily do the honors.
What a gentleman. You got very lucky that he found you first. We all like a good guest, and with how Roy talks you up, you seem like a perfect diamond in a sea of crystals. Any one of us would happily treat you like a precious gemstone if given the opportunity to. It was only luck that let Roy be your first toast. Anyone else here might have just snatched you away to their tables, refusing to share you.
I mean, I did get very lucky, and I'll happily admit that. Still, don't tell me you'd be one of those aforementioned thieves, Milkie.
Who's to say? We all want a good guest we can find comfort with. Getting a cutie like you a splash of cool water under a hot sun. I mean, look at you. You're a little pink in the face and I barely started flirting. I kinda wanna see what shades of red you'll turn if I go all out.
So you're charmed by them too. Oh, I expected this to happen.
I can't help it. I mean, sure, you were right about how darling they are, but can you blame me for being at least a little caught off guard? Every time you talk about them, I think you have a schoolboy-like crush on them. Oh yeah, you may think you understand how much he talks you up, but it is much deeper than that. I'm pretty sure even the manager is tickled by it.
Hey, okay, there's no need to exaggerate, Milkie. Huh? Is she? Yes. I mean, yes, I do talk about you a lot, but she's making it seem like that's all I talk about, and that is certainly not true.
Aw, is the bunny boy flustered because he's getting exposed to his little crush?
Is this supposed to be your revenge?
And if it is?
Then I can give you something to be flustered about in return. You may be the dominant at your tables, but you're in my section now. If you want me to show my friend my work, I'll need a willing partner, and you fit the bill pretty nicely.
See? This bud has so many faces, and you barely scratched the surface being his guest. I bet he's such a gentleman around you. I knew it. You devilish bun, you're holding back.
You're selling a tall tale there. I'm just a simple host here to please my guests. I'm simply one hell of a butler. There's nothing I'm hiding from my guests. Shia even told them about the pole incident.
Sure, that's just one story. Dear guest, you would not believe the things this bud has done for and to the other hosts of this club. While it's all in good fun, he's no stranger to playing the gambit for the sake of everyone's enjoyment.
Well, what about you? Surely you can't deny your presence in the club makes everyone consider barking on command.
You big flatterer. But I don't deny that at all. That's part of my charm and why the manager likes me. Believe me, it's hard to please them. Sometimes I wonder when they'll finally come down from their office and just enjoy a drink with us.
When a snowball lasts longer than a second in hell. Oh, without a doubt. Running a club is quite the endeavor, but that's why we hosts do the best we can for our guests. They come to be entertained for one reason or another, and we happily provide.
And that's not to say the guests are the only ones who benefit from that. We get to flirt and have fun with one another without any expectations or awkwardness. I could bend this bunny boy to a wall and the world will simply cheer me on.
Still trying to dominate in my space. You're cute. And that would be our drink order. Allow me to get it for us. Don't try and sneak away with my guest now, Milkie.
So, isn't he a treat? You got very lucky being guided by him. He knows everyone who works here. Like I said before, He is the most active host here. Manager runs him ragged sometimes, but he pushes through when he can. A lot of the guests love him, but they have their favorite hosts and rarely stray from them. I know my guests are absolute darlings, so they'd never leave my tables. Still, it's adorable when Roy comes around and tries to charm them away. Perhaps next time he comes around, he'll sit down with my guests and simply relax with us. Would I be okay with that? Of course. Our goal is to make our guests happy, yes. But we as hosts also need our own pleasures fulfilled. Makes no sense to do a job like this if we can't enjoy doing it. For us, we usually rely on each other for some spice in the routine. It's fun to be able to prod at each other just to make guests scream. Oh yes, we are pretty close. We're all co-workers, and the manager knows exactly what we're comfy with and what we aren't. That's why we can work with each other so freely. Huh? Oh, you sweet thing. It's adorable how you're so concerned for us. Is that why Roy fancies you so fondly? I have no doubt that's the case.
What's the case? Nothing, my. What on earth did I miss while I was getting our beverages?
Your guest was just being sweet. They seem very interested in our interactions and voice concern for our safety.
Is that so? Well, don't you worry your lovely head about us. We're all adults, so if anything's wrong, we can let each other know. Remember, Mary, we can be civil when needed. All right, 1 Earl Grey for our guest, 1 temptation for Milkie, and 1 temptation for me. Perfect. Just what I needed. Thank you, friend, for the drink once more.
Perfectly made. A nice drink is always a treat to have during work. I will admit, I enjoyed this little break with you, sweet guest. While I usually have to exert a little more effort into making people feel comfortable or excited, you seem to be the perfect person to simply share a drink with without forcing myself to perform.
And now you know that my praise of them is true. I'm just saying, friend. I do not like to exaggerate in any regard. Rest assured, your reputation of being an amazing guest is proven with every host you meet.
Indeed, indeed. To just sit back and simply drink a nice beverage. Perfection. Oh, of course. After all, you can't flirt with your fellow coworkers when you're always on your toes. Sometimes you need to sit down, lean back, and watch the room. You recharge, show confidence, and provide that physical presence for your guests.
Very well said. See, Milkie is quite the professional, so she knows best.
Keep up the flattery. I still won't forget to spank you later.
Oh, you're insinuating I'm trying to make you forget that little threat.
I don't make threats, Roy. I make promises.
Oh, it's a promise then? Can you watch?
Why not? It'll be an eye-opening experience for them. They'll finally see the side of you that they don't seem to know yet. Imagine the thrilling humiliation of being bent over my knee in front of your favorite guest. Ooh, the thought is enough to excite me.
Let's not get too excited. We've just got our drinks, and I don't want to be the bun that ends up ruining your shoes with my drink after laying over your knee with my stomach. At least allow us to finish all of our drinks and settle for a moment before we make that hall vibrate with screams.
Oh, all right. Good idea. We'll wait a bit before jumping into the fun. For now, a toast to the marvelous guest who has brightened Roy's tables as a guest of honor. May they always come back, and may they meet all of our hosts in turn.
I like that toast. Cheers to that. For you, my friend.
Forgive me if I take my time with my drink if we're gonna delay the party. This is too nice of a moment to make quick if we're all in agreement to relax.
Very fair. I may have to give your other drink a try one of these days. Perhaps off the clock, one of the baristas can make it for me. Yeah, of course. They can do that for us hosts. We only get one free drink from management per workday, but afterwards, as long as we have a designated driver or a walking buddy who isn't drinking, we can purchase as many drinks as we like.
It's just a treat when guests buy them for us. That way, if we had a rough day, we don't have to spend our paychecks getting warm before we return home. Plus, we can spend time with our guests who appreciate our company while we enjoy the drinks. The balance of serving and comfort are what makes this place fun to come to, whether you work or visit.
Don't get us wrong, very rarely do we get stressed, but it does happen. Sometimes it's a large group, sometimes it's a judging night, but regardless, having moments that allow us to simply relish the moment help us when we need to step into the spotlight.
Sometimes the relaxation even adds to the fun. At one point, Roy was so tired from work he fell asleep with a group of guests. So many pictures were taken that day. Even some of us hosts took some while we were walking back and forth.
Milkie, I hope you deleted those photos.
And if I didn't? How about it, dear guest? Would you like to see them? I keep them very close to remember how cute that sleepy bun looked.
You want to play that game? All right. Then how about I show them the photos of you during the special baking event? I'm sure my friend would love to see you covered head to toe in cake and cream.
You think I'm ashamed of that moment?
Oh, you think I'm speaking about the convenient photo opportunity you held for your section? Oh, no. I'm speaking of when the other hostesses decided to practically bury you in a mountain of leftover whipped cream. It happened after we closed for the night, so you were already out of makeup and costume.
You took pictures of that?
You want to call my bluff? I believe these also have the cherries.
Oh, you cheeky bun! I will find those photos and delete them.
Oh, I would love to see you try.
You would, wouldn't you? Well, then I guess I will have to confiscate your phone when your punishment comes around. Don't get me wrong, dear guest. I don't mind what happened, but only a select few get to see me out of makeup.
A privilege indeed. Huh? Oh, Milkie dear. I believe your guests are done dancing. They're waving you down.
Very well. I'll be right over. My apologies for leaving so soon. Stick around and perhaps you'll see Roy get that well-deserved 5 beneath the tail. Otherwise, thank you for coming to the Bounty Bounce Club. Did you have fun on the dance floor?
Well, I guess there'll be quite the show if you stick around, my friend. I hope it's to your liking. Huh? No, my friend, I'll be perfectly fine. Milkie is a doll and knows my limitations. Will be quite the spectacle today. Though, I should warn you, cover your ears if it gets too loud. Let's not rupture your eardrums while I'm preoccupied. Until then, let us relax and drink, unless you wish to do something. Patiently waiting for the show, huh? Well then, may you enjoy it when it happens.